Braves, you make it very difficult for us to root for you. It's very hard to watch you play more often than not, especially this year. But last year too. But last year you had an excuse because of injuries. What's your excuse this year? Jake Mastriani of Locked On Braves. Atlanta Braves lose ground in June to cap off brutal first half. The pitching's there for the most part. The offense sucks. It's like you're phoning it in. You don't care. I'm watching the dugout after the game, after you lose, time after time. I'm watching these players. It's just like take off the hat, or they get on a tablet, they get on a cell phone. And it's almost like another day at the office. No one gets pissed off. If I was on the Braves and we were losing like that time after time, over and over with all these lackadaisical, constantly swinging this, swinging at that, going golfing, swinging at the dirt and all this nonsense, and we're losing game after game, losing a bunch of one-run games, getting blown out 13-0 by the Phillies after you got shut out 4-0 by the Mets, and you split the series instead of winning that series, after losing, dropping the series to the Marlins, after hitting 500 and then getting below 500 and losing more ground. I'd be pissed off. I'd be where's Snit, or whatever his name is, Snickers. Well, you're not you when you're hungry. And these people are not hungry at all. They're not hungry. It's like they're asleep. But where's Snicker in all this? These umpires that are calling balls strikes constantly, and then calling strikes balls constantly. A lot of these umpires, they suck. The umpires suck. The offense on the Braves suck. Snicker, where's your fire? If I was the manager of the team and you keep losing this shit and dropping shit series and losing games when you shouldn't be and you should be winning, because there's talent there, they're just not using it. If I was the manager, if I was in Snit's position, we'd have a come to Jesus meeting. We would have a come to Jesus meeting. You're in a contract. You're making millions of dollars a year. Play like it and win like it. Damn it. Right there, Locked On Braves. Locked On Braves. We're gonna listen to a little bit of Jake. Take it away, Jake. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
June is typically the month this Atlanta Braves team starts to take off, but instead they lost ground in the month of June, and they finished it with another frustrating series loss. This one to the Philadelphia
Very
Phillies.
frustrating.
We'll talk about all that on today's episode of Locked On Braves. So let's get into it.
It's extremely frustrating.
You are Locked On Braves.
All right, so let's get into it.
Much appreciate you as well. Make sure you can leave me a 5-star review on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcast. If you enjoy the show, if you don't bother. But thank you again for your support here at Locked On Braves. Make this your first listen of each and every day, and begin every day or here. We're Locked On Braves. Today's episode, we're going to take a look back at this Phillies series. We're going to take a look back at the month of June. We're going to take a look back at the first half of the season.
Why are we so bad?
On this one, but hopefully there is some hope coming at the start of the second half of the season. Today's episode is brought to you by Facebook.
Why are we so bad? That's what that says.
In a bonus bets when your first $5 bet wins. So yes,
that right there.
Disappointing series for the Atlanta Braves.
Says, why are we so bad? The Braves. Why are you so bad?
Another one-run close ball game.
It's terrible. They're terrible.
Where your offense just doesn't show up at all.
They're not showing up.
Too familiar of a pattern for the Atlanta.
Yeah, he's annoyed. Look at his face. He's annoyed. I'm annoyed. At least I get to watch it on FanDuel whenever I can, or I listen to it on Braves Country Radio on YouTube. Or I could catch the highlights on YouTube. But if I was a paying fan, if I had to go and pay top dollar, could make you holler at the stadium, because they ain't no cheap seats anymore. Nosebleeds, I hear, are like pushing $50 or something like that. I'm going in and I'm watching you lose and drop games, or I'm watching you on TV as you're away, always losing the away games, constantly friggin' dropping the Sunday games. Listen, Braves, I'd rather you, if you're going to win 2 out of 3 in a series, or win at least one game in a series, I'd rather you lose the first 2 and win on the way out. Because if you win on the way out, that's more of an upbeat note that you're leaving on. But if you win the first two games or lose 13-0 like you did to the Phillies on Friday and win 7 or 6-2 or whatever it was, 6-1 on Saturday, and then on Sunday you lose the game, well, you fizzled out. You're leaving on a fizzled out note. You need to be leaving on the series on an upbeat note. Even if you dropped 1 or 2 games out of series, try to win at least the third one. Stop dropping the third one, because that sends a signal to me, maybe some other fans, that you're leaving on a down note. You guys are just feeling crappy. Even if you won one of the 2 games before, the third game or the fourth game of the series, you drop. And it's usually on a Sunday, which is strange. Probably hungover and don't give a shit. And that just sets the tone for the next series. You need to be not only winning the series, win the first game, win the last game, win the middle game, lose the first game if you're going to lose, win the middle game, and win the last game. You need to be leaving on a winning note. You need to be leaving on a winning high. All right? They say the first impression counts. My mother, you know what? And she's right about this. The last impression counts. First impression counts too, but that last impression, that counts big time. You need to be leaving on a winning note. Stop dropping games on Sundays. Are you hungover? Are you tired? Well, figure it out. Figure out all this. Stop striking out. Stop just having no offense. It's ridiculous. Because I want to believe the talent is there, you're just not using it, or maybe the talent's just not there. You're getting paid millions of dollars, millions and millions and millions of dollars. Well, let me. You need a day off? I'll take your place. I can strike out. I can strike out just as easy as the next guy. I won't even take millions of dollars a year. I'll take maybe, I don't know, maybe 100,000 to strike out and learn how to catch a damn ball outfield, or play first base or something like that. I'll do it. I'm 55 years old, better shape probably most of you all. I'll do it. I do farmer's carry, deadlift. I'm very physically fit. At 55, I'm more physically fit than most people half my age. Probably even most so-called teenage athletes in high school. I'm not trying to toot my own horn. It's just facts.com, truth.edu. I don't know how to play baseball. I would love to. Played a little bit of that, stickball in Brooklyn when I was a kid. I like that. I like that kind of, put me in, coach. I'm ready to play today. Let's make baseball, let's make the Braves great again. Maybe get rid of all these overpaid. They seem lazy. I mean, to me, it's like the equivalent of showing up at the gym, and I know I deadlifted 320 pounds the other day for 8-second repetitions to failure. But today, you know what? I'm just gonna do 50 pounds. That's what it seems like to me with the Braves. I'm gonna swing at this, swing at that. I'm gonna just have no offense, call it in, and then after I lose the game, I'm just gonna be in the dugout, get on my tablet, and start contacting people. Hey. Yeah, man, you want to, meet me up over here. We're going to drink and all that. That's what it seems like to me. You're not hungry at all. It doesn't seem like the pitching is good, for the most part. Bryce Elder, he had that one really great game, but then, Friday, 13-0. Come on, man. But other than that, the pitching, the offense is not supporting the pitching at all. And there's no excuse for that. So, something's got to give. Are you going to make it to postseason? And I don't mean limping over it like you did last year. Because of all the injuries, that's the excuse. I'll give you a free pass on that, even though it kind of annoys me. You limped over into the postseason and only to get slaughtered, losing 4 games in a row. Ridiculous, Braves. Ridiculous. You're embarrassing. How do you actually, like, if I was going to keep losing like that, how do you actually go out in public? I don't get it. I didn't face anybody. It's like, yeah, I'm brave. I'm brave, and I don't do anything. I don't hit balls. I don't hit home runs or anything. Sean Murphy, a grand slam. Finally, a fucking grand slam. I kept saying to myself, when do we get a grand slam? Got one on Saturday. That's how we won the game. And solo on Sunday from Sean Murphy. You can't rest your laurels on friggin' someone else hitting one home run, or maybe even every once in a blue moon a grand slam. You got to do your part, and this offense is not. So the way I see it right now is you have extreme potential and you're just not using it. You're phoning it in. You don't care. You're not hungry to win, and something's got to give. Let's see how the second half goes. But right now, the way it looks, I don't think you're going to make the postseason. And that's destruction. Because you're better than that. And I'm not the only one that's annoyed with this team. Because they're playing like... They're playing around is what they're doing. They're not taking this thing seriously. They're not taking it seriously. They're not playing like they're getting paid. I bet people that don't get paid, I bet people that want to, I bet there are people out there that are better than you guys that actually would love to play and love to have the chance that you have to play baseball that are better than you. And they would probably play for half the amount. I'm not saying that they should. I'm just saying you guys are way overpaid and way underperforming. That's it. It's time to step up, Braves. Time's running out this season. You gonna make it? It's on you. It's up to you.